Good morning, y'all. It's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D over at MPD. I'm running solo today because Michelle is sleeping. Corey and Dina are actually leaving the Dumaguete area. They're heading off to another island. So they're having a little get-together shindig at 12 p.m. over at Tejero Water Park. Today we're going to be talking about beauty, beauty in the Philippines. And it's an important subject because, believe it or not, a lot of guys come to the Philippines because of the beautiful woman. Filipinas are without a doubt some of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful woman in the world. It's an interesting mix of Malay, Chinese, Spanish, and assorted other Southeast Asian blood coming together to create this incredibly beautiful result. Every year in Miss Universe and all those beauty pageants across the world, they usually either win it or they're in the top 3 or 5. It's ridiculous how ubiquitous they are in international beauty contests. And this beauty, and again, this applies to Pinays and Pinoys, they're just damn good-looking people, might have something to do with the population explosion in the Philippines, because I think it recently went over 100 million, because they're good-looking, and then you combine that with the Catholic precepts against birth control. Did I say Catholic? I've been in the Philippines too long. And the extended brownouts that they have, you have a holy trifecta right there, accounting, I believe, in my humble opinion, for this massive population explosion. Let's look at some of the aesthetics. When people from the West, like from the United States, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, whatever, look at Filipinas, they have one beauty precept in mind usually, as opposed to the Filipino or Pinoy version of what is aesthetically pleasing when it comes to beauty. First up is the juxtaposition between the lighter skin and the darker skin. Westerners, I've discovered by talking to them, usually prefer darker skinned Pinays, whereas upon Pinoys and Filipinos and even Filipinas prefer to have lighter colored skin. If you go to pharmacies and stuff, you'll see entire aisles devoted towards whitening products, and they have whitening products for everything, not only your skin, but some other certain specific areas of your body, which we're not going to get into. Every part is covered when it comes to whitening products. Also, in addition to skin, they also like to have, Pinoys prefer lighter hair. They don't prefer that dark, lustrous, naturally beautiful hair that Filipinos have. So you'll see like a lot of celebrities, Pinay celebrities, newscasters, entertainment people have lighter hair, and also lighter eye color. One of the most popular things that you see them selling on Bid For Me, Dumaguete, those little OLX sites or stuff, are contacts to make your eyes look lighter. And again, that's the influence of the West. They get a lot of Western media brought in. There's also the carryover from the Spanish occupation, where lighter skin was seen as more of a ruling or higher or non-working class, social class, as opposed to the darker skinned people who usually worked in the fields. The Westerners usually prefer more slender Pinays, as opposed to the Pinoys or Filipinos or Filipinas who tend to prefer a more voluptuous hourglass-like shape. If you're going to open a business in the Philippines, one of the things I can recommend is a padded bra store, because those things, everybody seems to have them. Even if a Filipina or Pinay has assets in that area, she will seek to enhance them. Because again, you get the Western ideal, the more voluptuous, larger. We've actually had some subscribers come down. One of them was a younger blonde lady, and she was from Portugal. And we went to the beach, we went down to Darwin Beach. She was in a bikini, and the Pinoys, the Filipinos, were going out of their minds. They were actually moving their blankets closer to our blankets so that they could be closer to her and stare at her all the more. And you can see that we just did the parade video yesterday, and you can see that in the DeWalt girls. The DeWalt girls are taller, they're much lighter skinned than your usual Filipina, and they have lighter, 2 of them were wearing contacts. And actually, height is a sign of physical attractiveness, and on New Year's, they have a tradition where they'll have their kids jump up in the air right at the stroke of midnight on New Year's, to try to get them to grow taller. I'm not really sure how that works. You also got to factor in the Korean influence. Korean pop culture is huge in the Philippines right now, affecting not only Pinays but Pinoys. You'll see the boys, the dongs, the younger Filipino men in particular, emulating a lot of the aesthetic stuff that they'll see and the fashion stuff that they'll see in Korean media broadcasts. You'll also hear guapo and guapa tossed around quite a bit. Usually when someone's first meeting you, they'll say, "Oh, you're really guapo." And yeah, they're not probably telling the truth, but you know, maybe they need glasses or something. But you're going to hear it. Like yesterday, we were at a shoot yesterday for a feeding program, and this woman kept talking to her little baby son over and over. "Oh, you're so guapo, you're so guapo, you're so guapo." So you're going to hear guapo and guapa used quite a bit here. It's like ubiquitous. Everybody uses it. Also, Pinoys, they like to dress up. One of the advantages of living in the Philippines is they can get low-cost, fashionable attire, Chinese manufactured, and also makeups, not makeup, but makeups, very inexpensively here. So no matter what the income bracket that the person is usually in, they're always going to look good. They really know how to doll themselves up. They really know how to dress themselves up. They really know how to present themselves. And they're more used to the heat here, so their faces don't melt like foreigners do when they wear anything more than shorts and t-shirts. An interesting metaphor or analogy that you can apply towards the beauty that is held as a concept in the Philippines is the transitory nature of it. And you can juxtapose that against the live for today attitude that a lot of Filipinos and Filipinas have when it comes to day-to-day living. The bahala na, also the cultivation of amor propio, that sense of self-worth. Even though it's not, you don't have to really try to be beautiful. I think a lot of it just comes naturally through genetic, gifts from above. That can be a part of amor propio. You can gain, some appreciation for yourself through your beauty. Michelle has a t-shirt, and it says, "I have no job, I have no money, I have no car, but I'm cute." And you can use that as sort of a metaphor for what I'm trying to talk about here. The beauty that they have is celebrated in beauty pageants everywhere, from the smallest little village to the barangays, to the regional areas, to the provinces, to the capital, to Miss Philippines, to Miss Universe. It is celebrated across the Philippines. And again, they win all the time. If you're going to put your money down on Miss Universe, try to find Miss Philippines. Talking about the amor proprio, that cultivation of self-worth, they also take a lot of selfies. Makati, in particular, I think was 2014, was declared the selfie capital of the entire world. More selfies are taken in Makati, the Philippines, in the national capital region, than anywhere else in the world. And they love to post them on Facebook. If you have Philippines internet and you try to log on after 5 p.m. in the evening when everybody's updating all their selfies and whatever dishes they've been eating, whatever food they've been eating all day, you're not going to be able to get online because Facebook is crashing because everybody's updating with their latest selfies. This can cause a problem because of the dark triad. We talk about that. I talked about that in a previous blog entry. The narcissism, the psychopathy, and the Machiavellian tendency to sometimes manipulate people through their beauty. That can be a problem. It doesn't happen all the time, but it can be a problem. And this doesn't just apply, this sense of beauty, this appreciation of beauty, this celebration of beauty, doesn't apply just to Filipinas, it also applies to Filipinos. 2006, there was a study done, and Pinoy Filipinos are more likely to think themselves twice as sexually attractive as other Asian males in other areas around Southeast Asia. You can see that sometimes in the side view mirrors, if they have side view mirrors on their scooters. They won't be angled out to actually see to the sides, their blind spots. A lot of times they'll be angled in so they can look at themselves and make sure that their coiffure and their hair is all good and everything. And a lot of times, the guys can also dress up really well. And again, they get that ability to be able to put on clothes other than shorts and tank tops and flip-flops. So they can really dress themselves up well, again, taking advantage of the low-cost Chinese clothing here. Some of them use makeups, and they're not bayot, they're not gay. It's like metrosexuals in the United States or metrosexuals in the West, just, enhancing their natural beauty. So I hope I was somewhat on point throughout this. If you have anything you want to add, please leave in the comment section. You want to give a thumbs up, thumbs down, that's all good. And we encourage viewer engagement. And you can also subscribe if you like our channel. Hopefully this afternoon when we get up to Tahara, I'll be able to get some cool footage of the water park up there. Maybe we'll go on an ATV tour. I don't know. But it's already hot. I'm sweating and we've rambled on enough. Take care. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams, and we'll see you at next time. Peace. Hey, y'all. Good morning, y'all. Hey, y'all. Good morning. It's Ned over at My Philippine Dreams.